Howard the Duck! If you saw the update video previously, then you already know that I had one issue of the movie adaptation of Howard the Duck. As a kid, I really liked the movie, especially the giant monster at the end of the film. Created by one of my childhood heroes, Phil Tippett. You'd probably know him from Star Wars and Jurassic Park. I met him once with my skeleton puppet. He wasn't impressed by me. This was the issue that I had. I really should try to get it again. I don't think I still have it. The first issue, but not the first appearance of Howard. That came in December 1973's issue of Adventure into Fear. I would attempt to give you a synopsis of what happened in that comic, but from the one that I'm reading, I can barely make sense of it myself. Long story short, Howard was transported to Earth due to a disruption in the nexus of realities, and ends up fighting demons with Man-Thing and other characters. Howard was meant to be a throwaway character, mocking characters like Donald Duck or Scrooge, but quickly developed a following. So much so that he got his own series, this one. This here be a facsimile, boys and girls. Meaning it is reprinted as an exact copy of the original that came out in 1976, with the exception of a bloated price tag. Jesus. It's an acceptable practice if you want a floppy copy of the issue, otherwise at a glance you're looking to spend, good lord. This copy was generously sent to me by Crumbs World Comics and Collectibles of Winter Garden, Florida. If you're in the neighborhood, stop by and say hi. So get on with it. Alright. Inside cover and an ad for Cockshore Flyers. List of responsible parties. Stan Lee presents Howard the Barbarian. To begin with, our intrepid hero finds himself smoking a cigar along the side of the Cuyahoga River in the city of Cleveland, looking to commit suicide. The narration talks about man-frogs and hell cows, and I have no idea what any of that is other than it must have shown up in that Fear comic. He decides instead to take a dip to cheer himself up, and is immediately repulsed by how disgusting the river is. Side note, Cleveland takes some shots in this comic. And I guess when your city is known for their river catching on fire, it's kind of warranted. Howard resolves to throw himself from the strange tower he sees in the distance and rows out to it on a log. When he reaches the structure, however, he discovers that it's built entirely out of plastic credit cards and there's no door. Therefore, he must climb all the while, making very colorful statements about the structure itself and the people who built it. He takes a breather on a window when from inside he hears a scream for help! Man. It's a good thing Slim Jim switched to Macho Man to sell their product. Oh yeah! Accounting? Maybe I'm fuzzy on who was actually reading comics in the 70s, but I always thought it was mostly kids. Who is this comic supposed to be aimed at? Ugh. Vacutex your blackheads? That's disgusting. Oh. I miss Marvel before Disney. Anyway, she's a hottie boobalati in the truest sense, and Conan the Barbarian would be proud. Suddenly, a mad dog springs from the shadows, and she urges Howard to take up the ceremonial axe to slay the beast. Howard finally manages to work the heavy weapon free, sending him flying across the room. I love this panel. It instantly reminds me of something I have in my own comic, and I love the extreme angle. The axe accidentally cuts the rope, holding a big, chandelier? Which falls and crushes the beast, who begins to transform back into a man. And I'm gonna say it, I'm calling bullshit on this unless the chandelier has some silver bolts in it or something. Just then our villain appears, zapping Howard, and Feathered Interloper is now going to be the name of one of my bands. Be taller! What's wrong with you? Just be it! Or a veterinary system. Or a veterinary assistant. Either one! Be a tall I'm leaving all of this in. Veterinary assistant. Oh snap! Customized van and auto interiors! That, friends, is truly a career path that is a product of the 70s and only had about 4 more years left to it. A lot of stamp and coin ads, you nerds. Big Jim's Pack! I looked them up. It was fairly disappointing, but honestly, this advertising probably would have worked on me as a kid. Meanwhile, in New York City, Peter Parker is chased down by J. Jonah Jameson, demanding that he head to Cleveland to get pictures of a talking duck, and I'm now convinced that the Daily Bugle is just another rag like the Weekly World News. Howard comes to and sees our lovely damsel, finding himself redressed in the best of Conan the Barbarian cosplay, which she bashfully admits to putting on him. Not sure why his other clothes weren't suited to the coming journey. Gaze, brave readers, upon the evil office of Prorata, soon to be chief accountant of the universe. I assume it's a twist on the word prorate. Howard and his lovely sidekick must bring Prorata, the jeweled king of the cosmic calculator, before midnight, so that he will be able to take the astral audit and he alone will collect the cosmic dividends when the stellar balance sheet comes into alignment. Hey look, 25 live seahorses for only $2.98. Yep, that seems like a good investment. Oh man, Switchblade Comb! I used to have this as a kid, I loved it! I'm a Conan fan. Free information on a valuable collector's item concerning Robert E. Howard's Conan. Free gift! Send name. Man, what the heck could that be? Well, the advertising certainly worked on me. I wonder what it is. Sounds like the plot of a movie where you get the long-lost manuscript of Robert E. Howard's final unpublished Conan work, but it's somehow attached to an evil organization that wants to get their hands on it in order to rule/end the world. Plus a free gift. Sweet, sweet guitar lessons taught to me by me, the best guitarist in the world. Just then, Prorata kicks Howard and the hottie through a portal to recover the key for him. They find themselves in some other world or dimension. I love this environment. I wish I could do better environments. Where a knight riding a chicken, horse, zebra, attacks Howard for the girl's sake. Howard hacks at his lance and sends the rider hurling into the ground, smashing his head. They take his zebra chicken and ride for a leftover background from Sesame Street. Love the drawing of these two ogre types. They sneak past the two giants that appear to be sleeping and quickly locate the key hovering over an open pit. Howard springs into deep thought, trying to figure out what they should do while complaining that he wished he had another cigar. The red-haired Barbarous tells him to check his scabbard and ta-da! He tells her to hold the horned helmet over the pit, takes aim, and clunk. They've successfully recovered the key, but at a heavy cost. The pair flees Sesame Street as the Sentinels come alive. Look at that drawing, it's awesome. I honestly thought this was an ad for Marlboro. Oh no, I'm hip to your child slavery, Tom Watts. No amount of selling will earn me the Huffy bicycle, and we both know it! Ye gods, a giant bird appears, toppling the Sentinels into rubble. In the face of absolute death, Howard and the girl, Beverly, introduce themselves to one another as Kirby Crackle lights everyone up. Back in Cleveland, Spider-Man complains about being sent to the armpit of the nation. I told you Cleveland takes some shots. While a mile away, chaos erupts as Howard, Beverly, Chicken Zebra, and a giant bird explode back into reality, shattering the credit card tower. Oh man, my friend Casey would probably love that shirt. Motorcycle mechanic. Good pay, action career. While I'm sure there was plenty of quote-unquote action, I think my dad would argue about the good pay part. Cartoons for cash! You mean I didn't have to go $200,000 in student loan debt to draw for a living? Joke's on me. It's steroids. I'm pretty sure those muscles are already there and they just shot this guy flexing from a different angle. Spider-Man hanging from a helicopter cracks me up. Howard refuses to hand over the key to a madman and throws it over the side. Oh, damn it, Spidey. Prorata tries to blast Spider-Man as Howard throws his sword at him, sending the blast into the river and igniting it again. Stan Lee's soapbox. The best thing about this is Stan talking about the Spider-Man and Hulk movies coming out next year. One-page product placement ad. Aunt May is kidnapped. Spider-Man shows up with the ransom, but it's full of Twinkies. Aunt May is saved and the... Wait, why aren't they in jail? Is he just assuming that eventually diabetes will take care of the job? Spider-Man is about to be blasted when Howard decides to make good on his suicide and take the evil wizard with him. The pair plunge towards the flaming river when whip, saved at the last second. Spider-Man can't believe Howard is real. He gives Howard the key without getting the story and swings off on his convenient helicopter to track down Big Bird. The danger is over and the day is won as Howard and Beverly discuss where to go next as the Cuyahoga River burns around them. And that's it. It just ends. I'd love to have this Conan medallion. I saw it online. It actually exists. That's a little grim. Take your Spider-Man vitamins, kids. Who doesn't want an Evel Knievel stunt cycle? It's weird to me now to think that George Lucas was trying to do a licensed property rather than his own. This comic is bonkers, and I'm fine with that. I'd like to see where the series goes, and I'm considering buying the Howard the Duck Omnibus, if it's affordable. Marvel has a habit of making their trades ridiculously overpriced in recent years. I wonder why. What's the big takeaway this week that I learned that I can apply to my own comic? Encouragement. I think it's that there's an audience for everything, and just because one person doesn't like it doesn't mean there aren't 1,000 that actually will. Well, folks, that's it. Don't forget, Bonus Commentary Podcast, hosted by my friend Derek. We recently watched Pacific Rim again and talked about it on his show. Check it out. The links to all the places you can find it are in the description. There's a few of them, so you have no excuse. It should be up already as of me posting this video. As for me, I'll be back next time with a review of the first 2 issues of Dale Keown's Pit. Until then, share, like, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out and I enjoy getting new followers. Alright, that's it. Thanks. Bye.